What if I told you the secret behind your morning boost is more complex and more fascinating than you ever imagined? That the journey from bean to cup involves not just meticulous precision, but also a hidden world of tradition, technology, and tantalizing aromas. Think about it. Every sip of Starbucks coffee carries the essence of distant lands, the craftsmanship of countless hands, and a secret recipe perfected over decades. But how do they do it? How does Starbucks consistently deliver that bold, rich flavor that millions crave? Is it just the beans, or is there more to the story, something they don't advertise? Today, we're peeling back the curtain on the factory floors, revealing the untold steps that transform a humble cherry into the brew that powers your day. And trust me, once you know the secrets, your morning ritual will never feel the same again. What makes Starbucks coffee so irresistibly bold and flavorful? Is it just the beans, or is there a deeper secret hidden in the way they're sourced? The truth is, the journey starts long before the roasting process, even before the beans are picked. It begins in the most unexpected places, in lush, remote regions that most of us could hardly pinpoint on a map. But why go to such lengths? What's so special about these places that Starbucks is willing to travel the world for them? The answer is more surprising than you might think. Starbucks sources its coffee from over 30 countries within the Coffee Belt, a region that wraps around the equator, encompassing Latin America, Africa, and Asia Pacific. But they don't just buy any beans, they look for the best of the best. This quest for quality leads them to work directly with over 460,000 coffee farms, building long-term partnerships that are about more than just transactions. They call it the Coffee and Farmer Equity, CAFE practices, ensuring that every bean is ethically sourced and environmentally sustainable. It's not just about fair trade, it's about building communities. The process involves selecting high-altitude regions where the climate and soil conditions create beans bursting with complex flavors. Think volcanic soils in Guatemala for a hint of cocoa, or the sun-drenched hills of Ethiopia for a fruity, floral note. It's not just geography, it's artistry. Each region imparts a unique flavor, and Starbucks knows exactly where to go for every profile. But why such an obsession with sourcing? Why not just buy bulk beans like so many others? The answer lies in a philosophy that goes beyond profit, touching on heritage, sustainability, and a relentless pursuit of perfection. Because without the right beans, nothing else matters. Have you ever wondered what happens to coffee cherries after they're harvested? The journey from cherry to bean is a meticulous process that significantly influences the flavor profile of your Starbucks coffee. But what exactly does this transformation entail, and how does it impact the taste in your cup? Coffee cherries are typically hand-picked to ensure only the ripest fruits are selected. This labor-intensive method is crucial for maintaining the quality and consistency Starbucks is known for. Processing methods: washed, wet. Process. In this method, the outer pulp of the cherry is removed before the beans are fermented and washed. This technique highlights the bean's intrinsic flavors, resulting in a cleaner taste. It's commonly used in regions like Central America. Natural dry. Process. Here, the entire cherry is dried intact, allowing the beans to absorb flavors from the fruit. This imparts a fruity and complex profile to the coffee. This method is traditional in areas with abundant sunlight, such as parts of Africa. Semi-washed, honey. Process, a hybrid approach where some of the mucilage remains on the bean during drying. This balances the bright acidity of washed coffees with the body of natural processed ones. Each processing method contributes distinct characteristics to the coffee's flavor, showcasing the importance of this stage in the journey from farm to cup, because understanding the journey of the bean enriches every sip. Ever thought about what happens after the coffee cherries are processed? Here's a hint. It's not as simple as just packing them up and shipping them off. In fact, the next steps are so crucial that even a tiny mistake could ruin the entire batch. But how does Starbucks ensure that every bean maintains its peak quality Once processed, the green coffee beans undergo rigorous quality checks. Starbucks uses a meticulous grading system to evaluate size, color, and density. Only the top 3% of coffee beans worldwide meet Starbucks exacting standards. These beans are then tested for flavor profiles by expert tasters known as cuppers, who sample hundreds of cups daily to guarantee consistency. If a batch doesn't meet the flavor benchmark, it's rejected. That's how serious they are about quality. Once approved, the beans are packed in specialized burlap sacks designed to allow airflow while protecting them from moisture. These sacks are then transported via tightly controlled logistics channels to one of Starbucks' 9 global roasting facilities. From the farms in Colombia to the roasting plants in Seattle, these beans travel thousands of miles, all while preserving their peak freshness. But how do they ensure that nothing gets compromised along the way? Because getting it wrong here would make everything else pointless. Here's a question. How does Starbucks manage to make their coffee taste so consistent, no matter where you buy it? The secret lies in the roasting process, a high-stakes phase where precision is everything. But what really happens behind those factory doors, and how do they transform green beans into the rich, aromatic coffee you crave? Starbucks operates 9 state-of-the-art roasting facilities worldwide, each capable of producing up to 1.5 million pounds of coffee weekly. These plants are strategically located to minimize shipping times and maintain peak freshness. But quantity isn't the only focus. Quality is non-negotiable. Every batch is roasted to bring out the beans' unique flavor profiles, a delicate dance of time and temperature that requires masterful control. The process starts by heating the green coffee beans in giant rotating drums. Temperatures soar to around 400 degrees Fahrenheit, causing a chemical reaction known as the Maillard reaction. This is where the magic happens. The beans turn brown, releasing hundreds of aromatic compounds that define the coffee's flavor. Starbucks roasters adjust the time and temperature to create 3 signature roast profiles: blonde, medium, and dark. Each profile is crafted to highlight specific flavor notes, whether it's the smooth, mellow taste of blonde roast or the bold, intense character of dark roast. Once roasted, the beans are rapidly cooled to halt the roasting process. This is crucial because even a few extra seconds of heat can lead to burnt or bitter flavors. Starbucks' quality control team then conducts another round of tasting to ensure each batch meets their exacting standards. If a batch doesn't make the cut, it's discarded, no compromises, but how do they decide which roast suits which bean, and what's the secret behind their perfectly balanced blends? Because at this stage, perfection is the only option. Ever wondered why Starbucks' coffee tastes so uniquely balanced no matter which blend you choose? It's not just luck, it's the result of a carefully orchestrated process that starts the moment the beans are roasted. But how do they achieve this remarkable consistency, and what secret techniques do they use to craft those iconic blends? Once roasted, the beans are sorted by flavor profile, origin, and roast level. Starbucks master blenders then get to work skillfully combining different beans to create signature blends like Pike Place Roast and Verona. They experiment with countless combinations, balancing acidity, body, and aroma to perfection. It's a meticulous process that can take months of trial and error to get just right. In fact, some blends involve beans from up to 5 different countries, each contributing a unique note to the overall flavor. After blending, the coffee is packaged immediately to lock in freshness. Starbucks uses special one-way valve bags that allow gases to escape without letting air in, preserving the beans' peak aroma and flavor. Each bag is dated to ensure customers get the freshest coffee possible. But how does it all stay so fresh by the time it reaches your cup? Because packaging is more than just a bag, it's a promise of flavor. How does Starbucks ensure that every cup of coffee tastes just as fresh in New York as it does in Tokyo? The answer lies in a highly sophisticated distribution network that leaves nothing to chance. But how do they manage to deliver millions of pounds of coffee worldwide without compromising on quality? Once the beans are blended and packaged, they're sent to one of Starbucks' strategically located distribution centers. These facilities are climate controlled to maintain the optimal temperature and humidity, ensuring that the beans don't lose their flavor during transit. From there, the coffee is shipped to over 38,000 Starbucks locations across 80 countries. To minimize delays, Starbucks uses a mix of air, sea, and land transportation depending on the destination. Their logistics team monitors every shipment in real time, ensuring that nothing goes off course. When the coffee arrives at a store, baristas follow a strict protocol to keep it fresh. Beans are ground in small batches throughout the day, ensuring each cup is brewed with freshly ground coffee. The grinders are calibrated daily, and the machines are meticulously cleaned to prevent flavor contamination. Even the water is filtered to exact specifications, guaranteeing consistent taste worldwide. But how do they train thousands of baristas to maintain the same standards everywhere? Because consistency isn't just a goal, it's an obsession. So the next time you take a sip of your favorite Starbucks coffee, remember there's an entire world behind that cup. From hand-picked cherries on remote farms to the precise roasting temperatures monitored by master artisans, every step in the process is a testament to Starbucks' obsession with quality. But there's one question that lingers. Why go to such extremes? Is it just about making good coffee, or is there something more? The truth is, Starbucks isn't just selling coffee, they're crafting an experience. They're bottling the essence of distant lands, the hard work of farmers, and the science of flavor into every cup. It's about consistency, trust, and delivering a taste that millions have come to rely on daily. That's why they invest in ethical sourcing, state-of-the-art roasting technology, and rigorous quality checks. It's not just coffee, it's a ritual, a comfort, a moment of joy. But even with all that precision, one mystery remains. How do they keep innovating without ever compromising the classics? What's next for the brand that changed how the world drinks coffee? That's a story for another day. Because in the end, it's not just about the beans, it's about the magic they create